It's pretty late right now. I've been up for a very long time. I wasn't even planning about this. I made like a post and I thought that was going to be it. But I mean, I just can't really stop thinking about it. So I thought, I'm just going to record my thoughts on it, and let's see if there's anything worth posting. If there is, I'll make it a video. But censorship is coming, man. It is on its way back. We have had this brief period for, I would say, about the past like 2 years, 2.5 years, maybe even 3, you could say, where censorship has been in a retreat. Tech companies, Google, all these different platforms, they've done like a soft retreat on censorship, and they've allowed people to kind of enter the space of public discourse and express their ideas. Not everybody, obviously. A lot of people still get banned, a lot of people still get blacklisted, all those, things. So they never stopped. And that's why I say it was a soft retreat. It wasn't a full-on retreat. And you could attest that to, Elon Musk buying Twitter, all the stuff happening with TikTok. But that window, that brief period is coming to a close. I don't know when, but something's telling me it's going to happen next year. I don't know if it's going to happen this year because there's only like 2 months left, but I can slowly see the dominoes start to fall. And they're falling in that direction, which is censorship. But it's going to be new. It's going to be different. It's not going to be how it was before. And I mean, just look at what happened with TikTok. The reason why so many people, woke up to the Juice Boys and Israel and all that stuff is because of TikTok, because of what was going on with Palestine and Gaza. And what happened this year because of that? It led to all of these people being like, oh my gosh, this soft retreat has actually kind of blown up in our face, because now we have an entire younger generation that's kind of like, even the ones that are still kind of drinking the Kool-Aid on certain things and still buy the bullshit on certain things, they've kind of woken up on these other issues. And arguably these other issues and these other topics, right, like complete control of our government, is a little bit more important than all the other stuff. So yeah, they might still be asleep with certain things, but they've woken up to the biggest issue, and that blew up in their face. And so they freaked out. And what do? Well, they forced China to sell TikTok to a bunch of juice boys. And now when you go on TikTok, you can't even talk about certain things that you could talk about for the past 2 years. You couldn't talk about Gaza. You can't talk about that stuff anymore. Your video either gets completely banned or deleted, or you can post it and they will have it set to where the algorithm doesn't even put it in front of anybody's For You page, which that was like the whole point of TikTok, is that the algorithm pushes pretty much anybody's video at least once. You don't have to have a huge following. You don't have to have a bunch of likes or even any other videos. You can make a first-time post and the algorithm will actually boost your post to kind of give you a shot, which is a cool system. I think that's actually a really good idea. And obviously it was, because TikTok among Gen Z is like the biggest social media, app in the world right now. I don't use it because I don't want to have brain rot, and I don't want my short-term concentration to be completely fried. But, I still watch like Instagram Reels and shit on X, so it's still pretty bad. But not as bad as just being on TikTok. But the point is, right, I digress. The point is they freaked out and they forced the sale. And look at that. Censorship has already come to TikTok. And it's only going to get worse. And I've seen reports of the U.S. government working with Israel's government and tech platforms in removing tons and tons of videos. And I'm not saying that's why Zoomer Historian had his channel removed. A lot of people would say, oh, well, did you even see the videos he made? Like, of course he was going to. The point is, you could make the argument that like his channel would get demonetized, yeah, but not deleted straight up. And I don't even think he got strikes. I think his shit just got nuked. That happened a day after I released that video talking about him. Like a day. The screenshots I have of his videos that I use in my video, that I literally took those a day before his channel got nuked. And I don't think he got the 3-strike program. And sometimes the way YouTube works, even with the 3-strike thing, is you'll get like a mass, reports on your channel, and you'll get 3 strikes automatically. It won't have like a time period where it's like, all right, you have one now, you won't get another strike for at least a week or whatever, which you would think would make sense. No, you can get all 3 of them at the same time and they'll get rid of your shit. But when they do that though, they like let you know that it's going to happen. That's like the difference. They'll like send you a email and they'll tell you, it's like, hey, we're going to terminate your channel within like a week, and then you can't upload or post or do any live streams. And then but though ahead of time. This just seems like he got completely nuked out of nowhere. And that's happened before. I remember the first time that happened to a big YouTuber was Alex Jones. And Alex Jones, because the internet was kind of like back in 2015, 2016, especially on YouTube, it was kind of like the Wild West. You could say almost like anything you wanted and you could still make money doing it on YouTube. It was pretty crazy. And then Alex Jones gained a huge following 2015, 2016. He played a big role in helping Trump win. And all these tech companies are like, fuck, we need to start censoring people. He was one of the first channels to get axed off YouTube. Everything. His entire channel, all of his videos, just gone. No strikes, no nothing. And we've been living the past 2 years in this brief window period where censorship has kind of been on a soft retreat. And I'm telling you, man, it's gearing up to come back in full force. Like I said, with the government working with Israel and all these platforms, but also, the government, I saw a report, and this was obviously it was a insider information, so take it with a grain of salt, but I completely don't doubt it with the way things are going. But apparently there's going to be a task force specifically for right-wing conservative content creators that talk about anything that is anti-Israel, anything that is anti-Jewishness, anything that is deemed where they could slap that anti-Semitic label on you, which we know, that's so vague, like that can apply to anything. Just you questioning why we send Israel so much money is already like terms for them to call you anti-Semitic. Like they will call you that just for having questions, not even for making statements. So it's crazy, but this shows us that this is a serious thing. This is a problem for them. We are a problem for them, and there is going to be some pushback. Now, I'm not saying it's going to work out for them. I'm not saying ultimately they're going to win and censorship is going to win, because I don't think it will. But like I've said before on this channel, if you think they're just going to bend over or just kill over or whatever, you're completely mistaken. They are going to fight to stop this from continuing. They don't like this. You think all these conferences with all these conservative groups where they have like JD Vance or they have Ted Cruz, or even before Tucker Carlson had Nick on his channel and he went and he did a TP USA event and he got asked questions about Israel. All these people, dude, this kid asked Trump's son about Israel and he's like, hey, why'd your dad take $230 million from Zionist donors? Why are we friends with Israel even though they've kind of been our enemies since the USS Liberty? Great question. I don't know if you've seen the video. Great question. And his son fucking just deflects it, dude. He gives the most dumb fucking answer I've ever heard. It's like, oh, well, Iran might have nukes, and who do you think they're going to use those on? It's the dumbest shit, bro. The dumbest shit. And obviously they're deflecting. Obviously they're not going to answer it straight up. And that's what they've been doing. That's what they're going to continue to do. But they know. They're not stupid, dude. Not all of them. They know what this free speech has done to their own side. And, conservatives, you have Ted Cruz going to Night to Honor Israel, talking about, the worst anti-Semitic is coming from young right-wing conservative men. And then he goes to another thing yesterday, and he talks about how, I'm disgusted by young far-right men and how they could think like this. And these are our own people. We got to put our boot on this. And it's like, dude, they're not just saying that shit, bro. They are gearing up to do something. And they're going to come after us. They're not coming after Antifa. They labeled Antifa as a terrorist organization, and they still haven't done shit. It's been like how long? Fucking 2 months? You think if the government labeled an organization as a terrorist group that is within its own nation, they would, kind of get to fucking putting that shit out, right? They wouldn't just let that shit linger, but apparently so. That's exactly what they're doing. Because they probably just called Antifa that just to save face. They're not concerned with Antifa, dude. They do not care. They care about us. They care about us having these conversations. And that is why it is important for us, people who make videos, people who are American first. You gotta back up your stuff, man. You gotta save your videos, but you gotta post your videos on other websites, man. You have to do it. It's like I was on Focus Trip, his stream the other day. I mean, I wasn't on there, but I was watching. Great stream, by the way. Great stream. And he was talking about Rumble. He talked about Rumble for like a minute. And he said, yeah, Rumble sucks. And I even had to send a message. I was like, yeah, I hate Rumble's ads. It's like, yeah, Rumble isn't the best, but it's way better than it was 2 years ago. Dude, compared to 2 years ago to now, it's like a night and day difference. And compared to all the third party, I don't want to say third party, but alt media video platforms like Odyssey, BitChute, all these different places, Rumble, in my opinion, is the best. Now, that doesn't mean it's perfect. That doesn't mean it's good, but it is important. If you have a YouTube channel, if you are America First, please make a Rumble account. Please make an Odyssey. Make something. Back your videos up somewhere, not just on a hard drive, but on the internet somewhere, so people can find you if you do get removed, if you do get banned. That's why I made that post. I didn't think I was going to do this video, but I made a post. I was like, hey, please go follow me on Rumble. If you have a Rumble or if you don't, please make an account. And I know Rumble isn't the best, dude. I'm not going to lie. I don't go on there to find other channels. I go on there to follow people who I already watch. That's pretty much it. I don't go on there and search newer channels. It's not a platform where you can kind of start a new channel and kind of gain a platform or, get a following. It's just not how it works. It's kind of like Twitch. Twitch, if you think you can just start streaming and you think you're going to blow up, it's like, dude, the chances of that happening are basically non-existent. You have a better chance of winning the lottery. Most people who are successful at Twitch will tell you it's like, hey, I streamed for every day or 4 to 5 days a week for 3 years and I had no viewers, and then eventually I blew up. And it's like, they won the lottery, but that doesn't happen to 99% of people. So these websites like Rumble, like Twitch, the way people get big on them is they bring a following from somewhere else, usually YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, somewhere else. So yes, I understand Rumble isn't the best place to build your platform or to be discovered. Yeah, if that happens to you on there, you just won the lottery. You got really lucky. But if you have a YouTube, if you have a TikTok, if you have whatever, and if you make video content, please back it up somewhere, not just on your hard drive, somewhere else, because I don't know how bad the censorship is going to get. I personally don't think my channel is going to get axed. If anything, they'll just demonetize my shit, whatever. That's fine. I'm cool with them doing that because I am monetized. I'm not going to lie and say I'm not. And as long as I am monetized, I'm going to make as much money off of them as I possibly can. Because if they demonetize me, they're just going to throw ads on my shit anyways and just, use my stuff for money anyways, because that's what they do. But I digress. The point I'm making is that Even if they were to delete my channel, which I don't think they will, but even if they did, I'm going to have a presence on Rumble. And yeah, I might even make a presence on Kick or even BitChute. Like, I'm going to put it everywhere. You know, I will put it everywhere. But I just want people who make the type of videos I make, creators who are doing the same things, America First YouTubers or content creators. I want you to have a presence on other websites, and I need you to stay relevant on those websites. Zoomer Historian has a Rumble, but it's been inactive for like 2 years. He doesn't upload on there. And I'm not saying he won't eventually, but it's like, dude, you see where this could go. It's like you want to have your stuff stay out, you know? So please make a Rumble if you haven't already, either to follow an American First content creator or to post your stuff on there. This censorship, it's going to come, man, and it's going to come in the dead of night. It's not going to be something you're going to see. It's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen slowly. I think it's going to be fast, and I think it's going to be on all major platforms at the same time, because that's usually how those things work. And I think they're just not going to acknowledge that it happens, because that's usually the way it goes. Every platform will ban the same person, and then none of them will talk about it. And they'll just wait for people to shut up, and then that's it. You know, they don't care if you complain or if you yell or if you do whatever. There's never enough people who do that, especially in our kind of genre of videos. We're kind of niche. It's like, yeah, a lot of people are interested in what we have to say, and it is getting momentum, but it's not like major. It just isn't. It is, but only for certain people. For us, it's definitely more niche, and it would not be difficult for them to just remove you off this website. You know, and even if you are one of the bigger YouTubers, don't think that protects you. So please understand, censorship is coming. It's gonna be when you least expect it. Who knows? It could be before the end of the year. I think it will be next year when it kind of comes in full force. But that is the next step, because they need people like us to not talk about these things anymore. And I mean, we might have to start actually just adopting different lingo when referring to different things. You know, the coded language might have to become a thing. I've been pretty kind of outspoken with certain words and phrases. I'll just say them. But the coded language might have to become a thing again, and even that, with the AI systems they have, it might not be enough. But regardless, the reason why I made this is because I had to talk about it, man. I couldn't just do a post. And this is just me kind of warning everybody. It's like, look, it's been fun. It's been great. I've loved it. But something is coming, and you know it. You can feel it, dude. This is like before a storm, when you can feel it in the air. You know, it isn't here yet. You don't feel the rain completely. You feel droplets. It's like kind of a little bit, kind of like a few drips of rain, and then you can feel it in the wind. And you know, because of the wind and the cool breeze, you can just tell, dude. It's not going to be a normal storm. It's going to be vicious, all right? And that is the period we are in. We are in that time. So something is coming. I don't think it's going to be for the better. And I want as many people who are America First content creators on this platform to just be ready for it. So have a Rumble, have an X. You know, for now, X is probably the best platform for free speech. People still get banned. There's still a lot of things you can't say. You will still get censored for a lot of different opinions. But compared to everything else, it is the main thing. So please make an X account and let's follow each other. Let's follow each other on Rumble. We got to stay connected, because who knows how crazy it's going to get. And that's why I had to talk about this, man, because it really did bother me. And I only found out because one of you guys commented on my videos telling me about Zoomer Historian. But yeah, I didn't even know, because I had watched some of his stuff the day I made my video, and then I hadn't been on his channel since then, and now it's gone. So that's how quick these things can go. And I'm sure a lot of people are upset, but ultimately the chances of him getting his channel back, who knows? They might not even comment on him getting axed. That's That's how these things usually go. So just know this, guys. The window of free speech, of what little free speech we had, is going to get shorter and shorter, and then eventually it's going to be gone. We are not in positions of power. We thought we would be when Trump won last year. We're just not. We have to be smart about these things. We have to strategize, and we have to have each other's backs, all right, and support each other. So please, if you do watch that last video I made where I talked about different channels, go support those people. Support the people that you guys were leaving in the comments. You guys left a lot of great channels in the comments. Go support those people. You know, let's really actually be serious about this. And in the meantime, guys, this wasn't the video I was referring to in my post. I am working on another video. This is just something I had to talk about this, man, because this was important. But I am working on something very soon, so you'll probably get another video tomorrow, more than likely, because this is pretty late tonight. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Rumble, of course. Please follow me on Rumble. And as always, guys, Jesus Christ is King of Kings, Lord of Lords, America first, and I'll see you all later.